Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my top 4 favorite movies of all time. Now my first video on this channel is actually my top 4 movies on Letterboxd, but that was a year ago, and most of the movies on my top 4 favorites are now not my favorites anymore. I mean, there still are, but I've watched, many movies in the past year, and, so there are some movies that are better than the ones that were in my favorites before. But yeah, so before we get started, make sure you subscribe and comment down below your favorite movie. You can comment your Letterboxd account so other people can go check out your account. And I am going to start my series again. So if you didn't know, if you're new here, or if you've just seen my more recent videos, but before I used to review my followers' Letterboxd accounts. So I would choose one of my followers, and then I'd watch all of their top 4 movies on Letterboxd, and then I'd review them on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check those videos out, they're on my channel. But yeah, I'm going to be starting that series once again, so leave your Letterboxd in the comments down below so I can see it, and maybe you'll be featured in a future video, but also other people can view your account as well. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with my top 4 favorite movies. Now here I'm going to name the ones that were in my previous top 4. So one of them is La La Land. I love La La Land. La La Land has everything that I like in a movie. Great cinematography, an amazing soundtrack, and a tragic ending. Yeah, I love tragedies. Whenever a movie, a show, a book, literally anything ends in a tragedy, it just makes the movie 10 times better for me. Especially when the tragedy has to do with like hobbies or with like a career, kind of like Black Swan, when kind of like the obsessed artist trope basically, but when someone wants to achieve something, maybe they're getting close to it, or maybe they got to it, but then the movie ends tragically. Either they die or something else happens. So yeah, and obviously La La Land is pretty tragic towards the ending. Not as tragic as other, it's kind of tragic in like in a different way, but obviously me and Sebastian, I feel like we all know what La La Land is about. I also don't want to spoil it for those who want to watch, but obviously me and Sebastian are both in LA trying to pursue their dreams. Mia would becoming an actress, Sebastian with a pretty well-known jazz musician, and he want to open up his own jazz bar or club, whatever. And they're both trying to achieve their dreams, and then they end up falling in love with each other. But as time goes on, as they become more successful and closer to their careers, to getting to their dream careers, they had to stop their relationship, and that's kind of tragic, I guess, in a beautiful way, especially the ending scene when Mia and her husband go into the bar, and they see Sebastian, and they do like the little what if, like this could have happened. Like, that's just beautiful. But the end of the day, this is one of like those tragedies where they actually get what they want or what they were working for, but it kind of another tragedy happens that they weren't really thinking it would happen, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, La La Land is like one of my top 4 favorite movies. It's amazing, and I'm also not into musicals. Like, I think La La Land is like the only musical I've watched. I'm not counting like Disney movies, but like La La Land is like the only musical I've watched, and I didn't think I'm gonna like it. I mean, when the first time I watched this movie, it's when it came out, I did not know it was a musical until they started singing, and obviously it doesn't really feel like a musical. So if you're really not into musicals, you are still gonna like this movie. But yeah, it's beautiful. It made me cry. I've watched it like a million times. Will forever be on my top 4. Okay, another movie on my top 4 that was in my last top 4 is Amélie. It's the French film. Now, I'm not into comedies, right? But this movie does an amazing, combination of comedy, seriousness, adventure, and everything in between. Now the reason why this is my top 4 is because I related to the main character Amélie so much, literally in every single aspect. Like the aesthetic of her apartment, she has a cat, literally her whole aesthetic, her whole personality, literally everything about her, I related so much to it that I don't know, it almost felt like I was watching myself. And I obviously liked, you know, the soundtrack, the most iconic like piano theme, and literally everything about the movie. If you want to hear me talk more in depth about La La Land or Amélie, go check out the video, the first video ever. I'll probably put it up here, but I go more into detail. Okay, so the next movie that's on my top 4 on Letterboxd is the Dead Poets Society. Now, I watched this movie. I knew nothing about the movie other than it's like dark academia, and a lot of people compare it to The Secret History, which, if you didn't know, The Secret History is one of my favorite books. So a lot of people compare it to, and I was like, okay. Like, also a lot of people want The Secret History to be a movie. I feel like everybody knows this if you know about the book. And people are saying that Dead Poets Society is probably the closest we'll ever get to like a movie being similar to the book. So obviously I love the aesthetic, the storyline, the character development, the relationship between the characters was just amazing, and obviously the tragic ending. All my favorite movies, most of them have like a tragic ending. But yeah, obviously the ending is, obviously I can't spoil anything because like that's the main plot, but the ending, like I literally cried. But yeah, I liked the whole movie, the aesthetic of it, the quotes, the relationship dynamic. I have nothing else to say, honestly. This movie was amazing. By the way, all the movies on my top 4 are 5 stars, because last time, you know, I don't know why people think that if a movie's on your top 4, it should automatically be a 5 star. That's not the case with me. Like, I can put a 3-star movie in my top 4. You know, I don't know. Am I the only one? Probably not. My last favorite movie, I guess, on my Letterboxd top 4 is Kill Bill. If you didn't see my recreating Sims or doing whatever my Sim does for 24 hours, my Sim was watching a movie and I decided to watch Kill Bill because it has been on my watch list for a very, very long time. And I decided, you know what, it's time to watch it. And let me tell you, I'm glad I did. Now, I didn't know anything going into it other than, you know, like the infamous like yellow sneaker walking in the snow scene. But other than that, knew nothing. It's my favorite Quentin Tarantino film, and yeah, I loved the music, the way it looks, the aesthetic, the storyline. I did watch Kill Bill 2 and 3, although Kill Bill 1 is the best one. Kill Bill 2 was okay, Kill Bill 3 was like but yeah, I loved it, loved everything about it. Totally recommend. Beautifully filmed, beautifully executed. The coloring is amazing as well. That is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.